Good morning, beautiful souls. How are you doing? I hope you're all well. We are continuing today with Kuan Oracle, Spirit Mamas, and Kali, along with the Tarot of the Owls. So if you missed the first couple of days here in the week, what I heard was the importance of us going out and being with nature and the sacredness and the continued awareness of these natural elements within the earth and the importance of putting our attention towards the things we want to see more of, not what we don't want to see more of, which includes Mother Nature. It's very important for us to make that connection now, before we get drawn more and more into the artificial world, really, because that's what's happening, is we're being drawn more and more into things that are not real, like AI and all these other generated things, which are generated by other humans, as if they're, some brilliant creation. Anyway, the brilliant creation in my mind is the earth, and that's what's asking for our attention now. And so when I tapped in, like I do before I go into each reading, what I heard was there is information in the light of the sunrise, the sunset holds new information on each new day. I kind of saw it as if like the rising and the fall in each day of this cycle that we're experiencing has information for us, and that there is a sacredness to being a part and witnessing the rise and the fall of the sun, and that there's information in that. So to me, it sounds a little bit more like ceremony again, that spoke to us in the first day of this week, the importance of connecting with Gaia, the earth, and sacred ceremony, which is why I brought out my fun wand that I made last year, and create a space for that through some of the feminine cards that I brought out today. I also wanted to share with you, so I got the sacred waters in Peru. Now you can buy this anywhere, but there are a couple of different kinds, and this is an element of the flowers that are found there in Peru, and I use that before each ceremony. So let's dive in. So if you caught yesterday's, or I guess if you did not, there was a card that there were 3 Kuan Yin cards came out, and one of them was face down, and I put it to the side and I left it there. I completely forgot. And this morning, as I was quieting myself, I heard, because yesterday in the reading I said, well, this is to come out at a later time. So now is that time. So I'm bringing it out today rather than going to the cards. We may end up going again, but I wanted to bring the card out that was meant for today. How beautiful. Card number 29, which 2 is the combination of something, and 9 is the conclusion of something, right? The coming to a close of something. When you put the 2 together, I feel like it's an angelic number of 1111. Sound the fierce flute. So I'm not sure what this is, but it feels like almost like the strength card in the tarot, where it's this fierce softness, so to speak. And I feel like she wants to kind of be right here in the center. Let's go to the guidebook and check it out and see what she has to say here. This deck is by Alana Fairchild. If you like any of the cards that I'm using, I always put them in the description, so you can go and find out what they are, and then go out and find where you can, usually you can buy them. I don't personally buy online. I like to buy directly from the creator. If I do buy online. So I do like to go in small independent stores because I think they're very important. So 29, sound the fierce flute. Discernment empowers you to make choices that are aligned with your spiritual intentions, right? Like what I was saying is if we want to see more of something, we have to give it our attention, which in this regard, I was speaking of the earth and nature. Like a fierce sounding flute cutting through all vibrations with purity and intent, your discernment allows you to stay true to your values and spiritual destinies without getting caught up in distractions. If you wish to grow spiritually through love, joy, peace, and abundance, then discerning between higher and lower vibrational choices is helpful, because lower frequencies just by nature move slower. And then when you get stuck in these lower vibrational patterns, if you've been there for a while, that could be wise because it moves much slower. So it says that your discerning powers are growing, and you are capable of greatest discernment when you listen to your heart and are able to let go of fear and shame, which can cloud your perception. So the oracle comes to you because you are in need of seeing a situation in life from your heart rather than from outside experiences. Don't be afraid to trust your own vision. It will help you live your truths and take good care of your own soul. So, wow, that's a very powerful message. And I can see why, because the message yesterday I thought was very powerful as well. And I feel like this needed to stand on its own and be its own voice. So let that sink in. We all have the power of discernment. What do we really want? Sometimes our head gets in the way. Sometimes lower energies and things that we have to do get in the way. Now it's time for us to really tap into the heart and find out what's important to us. Okay, so let's go further with the Spirit Oracle. Okay, I love when that happens, when they just like flip over here. This is your message today. So I'm going to put them on either. Actually, I'm hearing that this goes here, and then we're bringing in the portal. Oh, we had Let It Flow yesterday as well. And so that was along with healing the mother wound. So if you missed that one, you might want to go check it out. So Let It Flow is coming back in again, and Let It Flow from yesterday's message was this golden light energy within us. So I was hearing, as I was tapping into my highest self, the importance of seeing the sunrise and sunset and being part of the phases of the light. And there was information in there for us. And it could be the sacredness and the quietness of those times that is asking us to be present too, because they come every day. We have 2 times every day to really watch the birthing, and you could say the death, but we know it's not dying, but the leaving, like the coming and the going, the birthing and the dying of the sun. And so this speaks to our solar plexus chakra, which is just below the heart. It's our inner sun. It's what we show to the world. It's our inner light. It's our, how we feel about ourselves, right? How do you personally feel? So you can look at it as your self-esteem, right? And what you're showing to the world. So we all have something glowing within us. And so what I'm hearing is that's what gets illuminated with the rise and the fall of the sun. It's like there's an awakening that's happening within us about what we're here to do and be, and who we're here to be. And part of it is to get into ceremony with the light and the earth. Okay, that's pretty exciting. So we also have the portal. So we can't underestimate the card that came right before that. So what I'm hearing is that these light moments, this information, this ceremony is a portal, and it helps us to see what we were meant to see, what we are here to be a part of, what we are here. So this is like a portal. The sun can be a portal to us going into different realms and experiencing some of the truth of who we are and the planet is what I'm hearing. So it says, what if the emptiness you've been feeling isn't really empty at all? What if it's a portal? So what if, part of, like, there's a vastness within you that feels empty because it's so big, because it's a space of new discovery. It's part of, our bodies in physical, we inhabit as a soul. So what if there is some aspect that really wants us to discover it? And an interesting thing, this discernment and being in this sacredness of what this moment is asking us, I believe is part of the portal. So what if it's a portal to another dimension, to another version of yourself, from a past lifetime that needs to be healed and loved, told they are worthy, and brought into the light. So that is a thing, right? We have woundings from this lifetime, and from even if you don't see it from you having, if you don't believe that you've had a past life, your mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, father, great-grandfather, great-grandfather, they were all here before you. You are part of that. You are part of their experience. So if you can just look at that aspect of you, not even saying, oh, I was born once before and the whatever, but you have, your ancestry lives within you. And you know, my mother didn't know to heal herself. I didn't know to heal myself. So now we're stepping into a time where we are given information about how to go in and heal ourselves. So that's what I feel like it's all leaning to, is a time of sacred ceremony to step back into the light, step into the pieces within us. It doesn't have to be a literal portal to another time. Just go within and ask to see the lineage, which is a portal to their lives, because you're seeing it. Wow, I've never looked at it this way, in a way that's very personal to you. Okay, it says a darkness that needs nurturing and caring, an inner child that needs love. What if it's a portal to your future self, to the version of you that's brewing and bubbling and becoming, the version that you aren't quite ready to step into, but you will be. So what if it's a portal to all the versions of yourself you've always had access to? That really isn't not empty. So that really, it's not empty, but rather overflowing with love and energy. And that it's talking about is that we have a sense sometimes of like loneliness or emptiness or hollowness or sadness or whatever it is, but it's just this vastness within us is what this perspective is saying. And within that is the DNA, is the history of all the lives that are really held within us across all space time. And it's time to, you know, bring light to our family, to our lineage, to our own spiritual, to our own body. The physical body that we are inhabiting has this DNA particle within it. So let's ask Kali. Kali, thank you for giving us. Okay, so there's a big old stack of Kali. All right, so Dhumavati. Wow, this is a really dark image, right? So it says certain endings are unavoidable. They are necessary precursors to radical invention. Wow, any disappointment, defeat, or loss and negative repercussions of such experiences will not limit your future happiness, but are opening up yet unrecognized pathways of fulfillment. Your trust must be unconditional at this time, and later you shall see that everything is worked out for the best. Okay, so take that in stride. It's going to mean something different to each one of us, right? So yeah, we all have beginnings and endings throughout our life. What is it that's beginning and ending? Like what I was seeing in the sunrise, right? That there are things that are ending and beginning in each and every day. So this is, you're no different, as above, so below. So what is literally coming and going and in each day through the sun is happening with us as well. This is another image here called Kapali. Tune into your spiritual power within you. It is beyond what society understands and can offer you. It will nourish, protect, inspire, and guide you through any troubles. If your path is diverging from your original plans or is out of sync with those around you, trust in what is happening and know that you are in Kali's care. Yeah. So as you can see, you know, part of what this journey is all about is not letting others dictate how our life is going, and letting our own discernment guide us, and not being afraid of what is going on in your world, but lean into the things that you don't understand and ask to be able to be shown. Step into that portal of your past experiences. Allow them to open up and share the wisdom within. Okay, lastly, we have, this looks like a Gemini, like the dualistic, but there's a lot of fire around it. So Krishnau, You can have what you need and desire, but you must prepare to enter into sacred fire to make the appropriate offering. And that could be the sun that I'm seeing. It's not literal to go into the fire, but the sun is the light. The sun is burning bright. It is our sacred fire that we see morning and night. So this could be reinforcing the idea to go into that light morning and night, and to just like offer your attention and to ask for what you need to know at that time, or something else. You know, maybe you have an offering, a flower or something. Shift your focus on what isn't working. Let's see. Shift your focusing on what isn't working to handing over all concerns as a prayer offering to the divine. Or that, like, I don't understand this. I'm offering it to you to help illuminate what I don't understand so I can understand it better and resolve some of these old patternings that are being held within our world dynamics. All can then be resolved and shall manifest according to loving, generous grace. Okay, so I see a theme going on here about, you know, endings, about stepping into the light, about being fierce, like in your power and knowing that you have discernment on what it is that you comes and goes in your life, to be prepared to find the true you, the true self, by letting energy flow through you. And you can now have the wisdom of experiences from grandmother, grandfather, whatever. Like you, it's all within you. We just haven't tapped into it. So final messages here from, okay, so I'm kind of feel like these two jumped up. So I'm kind of feeling like they're part of it. And then let's just see if there's anything else here. Okay, I'm hearing like go to these first. Okay, 6 of Swords and 8 of Swords. So what the interesting thing about this is about information, communication, coming and going. The 6 of Swords is when you're leaving a situation and you're going to something new, right? It's the 6 obviously is right after 5. 5 was a time where things were happening that were creating a need for change. And so this is saying that you know that it's time to change. Now, where are you going? You need to like make the choice and move in the direction of where you want to go. The interesting thing that's a little bit confusing to me, as you can see, this owl's all tied up here in the 8 of Swords. Now, this is very interesting because I see this card a lot of times in different ways. And really, this is saying that you don't have the ability to fly like the natural movement in your body, like an owl. Owl's natural movement would be flying, of course. And so because it's all wrapped up, I feel like you can get all wrapped up in the thoughts and the information that's coming in that people from the outside are bringing to you. Or you can have your own discernment and decide what's true for you, but going into the portal within and going into sacred ceremony with the fire or with the light, right? That we're seeing every day that comes and goes, and we don't tap into that, right? We're tapping into AI or something on TV. And I am aware of the, irony that I am bringing this through, so there are some good things I feel like on the internet and on, our different elements that we, partake in, but it's overwhelming us and it's become too much of a focus, which is why it's asking us to step outside of it. So the 8 of Swords, as you can see, is kind of floating in the middle of nowhere in ice, like things are not available and they feel this isolation. The truth is that that's what this isolation is all about. It's all about, there isn't an opening for you to leave the thoughts where they are in the past. All these swords are behind this owl. And he's not going by his nature, but also not seeing. And by removing, by closing your eyes and going inward, it's an opportunity to allow something new to be seen and heard. The question is are you going to let the world around you dictate what that information is, or are you going to go outside? Okay, so this card came out to the side, and I think that it was meant to be right here in the center. and it's the Judgment card. So what that's saying is this is a moment right now of liberation for all of us. For us to see the things that have been confusing to us, to now understand them more deeply. That the elements within us are part of past lifetimes. Whether you believe in reincarnation or not, you have the DNA of past lifetimes within you. So we're liberating ourselves out of darkness and confusion through, what everybody else thinks, because they're all coming from the same place of not knowing, right? Or a lot of people are. So we have two major arcana cards right here in the middle. One, the liberation through judgment. Judgment, if you look at it from the Bible's perspective, is going to the pearly gates and, wow, look what's happening. What did we do in our life? This is saying, this is the clouds are passing, the horns are blaring, the liberation from the shadow into a different awareness. And the reason why I think it's called judgment is because you decide where you're going to go, but you have to open yourself up to the light if you want to go in the light. If you want to go down in shadow, then you stay connected to things that don't feel very good. Liberate yourself into the natural world, if that's what you're wanting to see, like what's surrounding this, or down into a box, which is where AI is living. So the other thing is that I feel like we've had all this week this possibility of a union of some sort. And it could be between the duality of yourself, of not knowing and knowing, and coming together with the wisdom. But it could also be a person. It could be an idea. It could be a new job. It could be a new location. Because with the King, that's a very powerful card to come out here at the end. The King of Pentacles is the earth element. And we've had a lot of water element, and then now we're getting air element and earth element, which that's what we want. We want to have all the elements present for balance, right? And this is all about abundance. This is all about feeling into this moment and then being able to receive everything that you need to move forward. So thank you for joining me here at the channel. I hope you enjoyed this message today. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you're looking for a private reading, you can follow the link to my website or my email, and I do all of my readings through Zoom. So thank you for joining me. Have an amazing day. Bye now.